Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dave McDonald here once again for another edition of Quarantunes. This is number 55. I think we're getting towards the end of our Quarantunes since all of our students are getting out of school. So we'll have to come up with a new plan for drawing cartoons with you, right? But that's for another day. We'll talk about that another time. Let's get started with, of course, showing you my drawing of my colored character from yesterday. Get it? Night owl, dressed as a knight. Oh, we had some fun this week. Pretty silly here. Night owl, I enjoyed drawing the grays on the armor, giving it a blue cast because it's kind of nighttime look. Yeah, I hope you had fun. Did you color your owl? Yeah? Yeah, a lot of fun. Feathers and armor and shield, flashlight, all kinds of fun. Now today we're going to switch gears a little bit. That's switching gears, in case you didn't know. Oh, let's grab our pencils here. Clean piece of paper. Today we're going to draw a character. Now we've been drawing characters from fables, from tall tales, folklore, but today we're going to draw an original character that I created years ago when I was a puppeteer and had a puppet show that I went into schools with. And I had designed and built about a dozen original characters. And the show was done with Gray Seal Puppets out of Charlotte, North Carolina at that time. And they're a big touring company and mascot creator. They do a lot of great productions and fabrication and design of characters. But I had a touring school show with them. And I think, if I recall, the name of the show, the production was Snuckleby and His Adventures in Kudzu Land. Kudzu Land was a place that I imagined, a fictitious place. But one of my characters was Granny Blossom Possum.
Yes, Granny Blossom Possum. I was a famous stunt woman in my time.
Yes, in the show, she was a stunt woman. And she happened to be in a wheelchair as well. So, she was a stunt woman in a wheelchair. So we're going to draw her today, jumping a big jump in her wheelchair. Because it's fun, that's why. So her head is up here, so she's going to, I think the ramp will be over here. She'll be kind of in the center of the page. So let's start with a circle that will be the basis for her head. It's going to be her whole body up in the air a little bit, so we can't draw her head too awfully big here. All right. 2 eyeballs like this. Well, we'll draw one circle and then a kind of a half a circle like that. Okay, this will be an eyeball. This will be an eyeball. Okay, so let's see. Off of that comes the snout. And she's a possum, so it's a little pointy. Although I think with the puppet version, I rounded it off just a little more. Okay, give her a nice big smile. Her mouth will be open, so here, curved line down from the nose. We'll give her a nose here. Smile. Maybe even some lipstick. All right, her eyes, she's very happy and she's flying through the air, so we're just going to give her eyes are closed and she's really enjoying. I'll erase this to make it a little more clear. She's really enjoying. She's a stunt woman, and you don't want to mess with her, boy. She might be in a wheelchair, but boy, oh boy, she's strong, confident, positive, great personality. And let's see, she wore a kind of a gardening or a Sunday hat. So I'm going to draw a line for the brim like this, just a line right now. And the hat is a curved line that goes up like this and comes back down. Kind of maybe a straw hat, gardening hat. Okay, let's erase that part of the circle so I don't confuse you. So straw hat. there was a flower on the hat, so put a little circle and some petals, little flower on the hat. And we'll go in and maybe later, maybe give it kind of a straw hat design. And she had hair that came down like this and just kind of curved. All right. Give her a neckline with a line right here. Oh, her neckline. Actually, let's not draw a line. She wore a pearl necklace. So, pearls will just be circles and half circles going around her neck. She was a fancy stunt woman. She was dressed in her Sunday best, and that's how she performed, I suppose. Right? So this is her back. So we create kind of a triangle shaped body here. And let's go ahead and kind of get the basic shape of the wheelchair. So there would be the armrest. It went up in the back. And I think there were handles for someone to push. Although she didn't need anyone pushing her, let me tell you. And then let's see. So her elbow would be here. So curved line, and her arm or paw. She is a possum, after all. Kind of posed right there. Okay. There we go, just a little tiny paw. And let's see, the wheel. We could do a circle, but because she's in motion, she's jumping, she's flying through the air, I'm going to do an oval to give the wheel, give this image a little bit of motion or action. So the wheel, even though it would be a round one, we're going to lean it forward as if she's really flying through the air here. Now, in my story, Kudzu Land, her wheelchair was made from kudzu. So, let's see, here's her knees. Maybe the bottom of her skirt has some frillies on it. Okay. And then her foot just kind of right there on the step. The foot is based on an oval. I just didn't show drawing it, but you see that foot is an oval shape resting on this part right here. Okay. There would be spokes running through the wheel. However, what I was getting at just a minute ago, the wheelchair was actually made from the vines of kudzu. In the show, we learned that kudzu is a very strong vine, very strong, and obviously it was strong enough to make her wheelchair out of. So the puppet in the wheelchair I actually made out of vines that I bought at a hobby center. So we'll create a vine-shaped wheelchair. And she's flying through the air. We're going to have motion lines coming off the back, those straight lines with curved lines running through it. Maybe some motion lines in front of there. Okay, now we're going to have to kind of force the perspective here. This won't be realistic. This won't be realistic. We're drawing a possum in a wheelchair made of kudzu. No, this can't possibly be realistic. That was kind of a ridiculous thing to say. Now, this won't look realistic. Of all the possums you've seen in wheelchairs made of kudzu vines, this one won't look like it's real. Make a triangle down here. This would be the ramp. All right, you could decorate the ramp. You could put a sign on it, but that's supposedly the ramp way down there. She's way up in the air, but that's the ramp that she just launched from. And you can see she's smiling. She's having a good time. Again, she must enjoy these stunts. All right, we could leave room here for our cloud. There she is. I think I'm ready to start inking.
Granny Blossom Possum.
You know what the sound is when she goes off the ramp, right? Of course. Yes, the sound effects department is back. Okay, circle for the flower. A hat. Okay. Let's make the brim here. And again, we can do some fine lines just going through that to indicate that it might be straw or woven somehow. Maybe the hat's made out of kudzu, right? Who knows? Okay, here we go. Eyeball. Let's give her a happy cheek right there. There's cheek. She's smiling so hard, her cheeks are... Okay, now her eyes are closed, but they're very happy. Her little possum nose with a little reflection on the top. Maybe. And her bottom of her mouth. Even put those lipstick mark. When I color that, I'll make it the color of lipstick, right? Her very neat hair. Her necklace. Right? Okay. Let's see, okay, her back goes down here. And then I think I'll just do this. Because it's vines, I'm just going to do that. Squiggly lines. Did you see what I did? Watch. I'll do it. Well, I can't do it right there. I'll do it with the wheel. Okay? Around and around. Because again, these wheels that I made the wheelchair out of were actually vines. I don't know if they were kudzu because I actually bought them at a craft store, but they were vines that I made into wheels. So just kind of, this is the fun part. You get to just do with your pencil like that. Squiggly squigglies. And her arm comes out like that. Maybe she's wearing a dress with polka dots. Right? Her hand or her paw is right there. And let's see here. Her dress. Her foot. Maybe a little paw mark right there. Flying through the air. Again, wheelchair made out of the strong kudzu vines. Kudzu, known in the Carolinas, the South basically, in Virginia as well. The vine that ate the South, they call it. Some people call it. Kind of took over. They used it to plant along the side of highways. It was brought over originally, I believe, from Japan for a World's Fair. And we used it here in the United States to plant it along the side of the highways to help with erosion control. Because again, it's strong, it roots and it holds the ground together so the rain doesn't wash the ground away. But it kind of took over. If you drive along the roads today, along the highways, you'll see kudzu. It basically covers everything in its path. Here's our horizon line. We'll draw our ramp. And again, that's just a triangle, right? And you could put a sign on there. Maybe she's sponsored by somebody. We'll just keep it as a triangle. Maybe down here, I didn't draw it with pencil, but maybe just some simple pine trees to give it some perspective. She's way up above the trees, right? And let's go ahead and do our trademark cloud in the sky. There it is.
Granny Blossom Possum.
That's always fun to do. All right, a little fanfare as she's jumping off of a ramp. A stunt woman, Granny. That just struck me funny. And erase our triangle ramp. And there's room on the page, obviously, for more details if you wanted to add them in, right? You could add more trees, more clouds. She could be saying something. You could have a word balloon out here. You could have people down here cheering with their arms up in the air, right? All kinds of extra things that you could add to this drawing if you wanted to. Granny Blossom Possum. Let's see, that looks, what do I want to do? I'm just looking over my details here. Okay, flower. Yeah, I think that's it. How did yours come out? Did it come out great? I'll bet it did. Yes. And again, that's, maybe I should dig out I think I still have the puppet of Granny Blossom Possum. Maybe I can find her and show you at some point so you can see the actual puppet character. This is a drawing of her, but again, she exists as a rod puppet. A rod puppet is a puppet that's built on a stick or a rod, and you can control, in this case, I could control the mouth. And I could open and close the mouth with a little trigger. All right, so maybe we'll do that. Okay, my friends, until next time, I hope you had fun today. Stay safe, be well, and take care of one another. All right, bye-bye.